for a monkey. He got off light. Had he been born a chimp, when they don't like one another, they rip each other's testicles off with their fucking teeth.
That's a little bit of an overreaction. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for him.
This is the world's most useless fish.
I know.
No, not.
Yeah, mate, that aquatic pancake is a molar. Found wasting its life in oceans around the world, and a contender for the most dog shit fish meal in the 7 seas. You see, these things are huge, measuring at 4 meters from fin to fin,
Jeebus.
and absolutely atomizing the scales at 2,300 kilos.
Oh my god. 5,070 pounds.
Putting it firmly in the same weight class as a fucking F-150. There is, however,
This is how it feels to fight a Ford F-150.
a problem with that size. That is all it's good at. It spent every available stat point on being a giant floating satellite dish at the cost of spending its life as a useless fucking punching bag. The thing can't even swim properly.
Was that Markiplier?
The things, specifically their tail, is tiny compared to the rest of their body, which makes them so shit at maneuvering. The only thing they can fucking eat is jellyfish and plankton because those don't dodge. Speaking of food, you may have noticed that in all of these photos, its mouth is open. That's because it doesn't fucking close. God has cursed the fucking thing to permanently pog. Oh, but evolution is not done fucking the sunfish.
Just like us, guys.
Funnily enough, being the size
timing.
of the average American meal while having the defensive capabilities of a Tickle Me Elmo makes these things perfect targets for predators. Most of the time, animals just take bites out of them, realise they taste like shit, and then swim off, leaving a hole in their head, which somehow doesn't kill them.
Ibuprofen? I got a headache.
That disgusting flavour is probably due to the 50 fucking parasite species living on its body, but flavour doesn't matter to sea lions, who will rip their fucking fins off and play frisbee with them. And if you thought it couldn't get any worse, they will often swim to the surface to warm themselves up and let birds eat the parasites off of them, where they are promptly hit by a boat.
No!
Only saving grace is that they don't process pain because their brain is the size of a testicle.
Of all the things you could compare size-wise, it's oddly so specific.
They are blissfully unaware that they spend their entire fucking life getting jumped. Fight back! Fight back!
Fight back, do it! That's normal. It was like a Reddit post where a guy's like, do you guys have problems with one of your testicles being bigger than the other two? I laughed so hard I had a headache for like the rest of the day.
BMW, the car company, has an emu farm. But what the
What?
do the Germans want with our steroid chickens? Well, you see, a lot of complex parts have to come together to build a car. I mean, your transmission, your engine, I would say indicators, but we are talking about BMW here. However, the first thing you'll notice about a car is usually the simplest, the paint. Yeah, it doesn't really matter how nice your car is. If the paint's peeling off like a banana, people are going to assume it's a fucking shitbox.
He's right, you know.
And that's why car companies put a lot of time and research into making sure the paint stays on your car while you slide it sideways into a tree. One of the best ways to do that is fucking clean it. See, anything that isn't wiped off the car gets stuck under the paint when it's applied, which fucks up adhesion by moving around.
Ew, the cockroach.
And even the tiniest particles of dust can fuck it all up. So, the Germans pondered, what is the best way to make sure every panel is spotless? And the answer they landed on is a giant fuck-off duster made of Australia's favourite feathered war criminals. It wasn't just BMW that found this out, but Audi as well. Now, Audi gets their dino turkey feathers from the source, shipping directly from the land down under.
¿Quieres?
Now, BMW used to do the same thing, till someone at head office had a thought. Hang on, the feathers. If we ship over 4 emus and place them in a grid, infinite feather source. And so they airdropped Australia's big birds onto a farm in Bavaria, where a sleeper cell of Australia's most wanted resides to this day. The funny part of this to me is that BMW went so far as shipping kaiju turkeys to make the paint on their cars look good, just for some TikToker to buy it for clout, wrap it bright purple, and then crash it into a fucking wall.
You're kidding.
This monkey is getting bullied.
I've seen this.
Why you bully me?
Well, you see, this is Punch.
It's so sad.
The macaque whose mother, immediately after giving birth to him, went out for milk and cigarettes.
No. She
So
abandoned
already
him.
Not off to a great start.
That was
in life,
nostalgic.
and things would not be getting easier for Punch. You see, he was born in captivity at Japan's Ichikawa Zoo, which meant that he was then introduced to the rest of the macaque population
It's so sad.
alone. No parents,
Oh,
No
no,
friends.
the baby.
Nothing. But
I'll be his
surely
friend.
It's all up from here. He might be alone now, but at least he can start making friends with his fellow primates. What? Yeah, unfortunately, macaques treat the new kid in school about as well as Family Guy treats Meg. These guys have a very complex social hierarchy, and not unlike high school, it is enforced with bullying. So far, Punch has been smacked,
It's so
dragged,
sad.
and bitten, basically
It's so
to tell
sad.
him that he can't sit with them at their lunch table. And the bullying he cops is made worse by the fact there's no one to protect him because his mum, you know. And then after jumping him, they won't even let him get a fucking hug.
No. I'll hug
Faced
him.
with such adversity,
I'll hug
Professor
you, little
Monkey will
guy.
crumble and try to leave. But making the story infinitely sadder, Punch runs off to the closest thing to family.
Yeah.
A
The zookeeper.
plush orangutan gifted to him by the zookeepers to try and replace his mum. When stressed, he hugs it and tries to get it to hug him back. No, I'm not fucking crying. Someone's cutting onions in here.
Who's cutting onions?
But despite the absolutely horrendous character development he's gone through, Punch has finally managed to start making some friends. Which is
Yay!
because for a monkey, he got off light. Had he been born a chimp, when they don't like one another, they rip each other's testicles off with their fucking teeth.
That's a little bit of an overreaction. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for him. I saw a video of him on Twitter a while back. They were like messing with him, so he ran and he jumped up on the zookeeper's arm. It was so sad. The zookeeper just like went off with him.
This pig went on an alcoholic rampage. No, that's not clickbait. This really happened, and as with all good drunken rampages, our story takes place in fucking Australia. More specifically, it starts in the middle of fucking nowhere, WA, where a couple blokes were out camping. And as any good Australian would, these lads brought with them the camping essentials. Let's see here, we've got
You're calling me a LARPer?
box
Oh
of
my
snags
god.
from Woolies, and most important of all, beers. And those beers are why, at 4 in the fucking morning, these lads were suddenly ripped from sleep by a really weird sound. A low, snuffling and grunting noise, followed by the sound of bending aluminium. So, to ensure they weren't being attacked by, pick a native Australian animal, they got out of their tents, turned on a torch, and shined a light at it. And what they found was a wild pig shotgunning all of their piss. And I don't mean 1 or 2 beers. No. Daddy Pig was on a serious bender because he managed to down 18 fucking cans.
How did he do it that fast? I actually didn't know that wild pigs are so scary until Walking Dead. They would feed the pigs like zombies. They'll eat anything and everything. It doesn't matter to them.
Now, fun fact about pigs. Once you hit the 18 mark, all of your stats are redistributed into strength and you gain the frenzy debuff.
He's a
This is why,
barbarian.
after being spotted by the torch, the pig fucking sonicked away from the
No.
now empty six-packs, knocked over the garbage cans, paused, turned around and ate the garbage, then continued sprinting to a nearby paddock where it started headbutting a fucking cow. This pissed off the cow, who turned around to face the pig.
Uh-oh.
At this point, looking up,
Squared up.
very pissed off Big Mac, the pig realised he genuinely wasn't built for this shit. Yeah, this little piggy turned around and fucking booked it out of the paddock, being closely pursued by the ghost of burgers past. Cow chased him around a car for 10 minutes before giving up, leaving the still drunk pig to stumble away and pass out in a fucking bush.
The alcohol did not give him confidence for very long.
Octopuses bleed blue, but why?
Why are you blue?
Well, actually, it's not just octopuses. If you lined up Gary, Larry the Lobster, and Mr. Krabs, you will find that all of them bleed Gatorade. Now, this isn't just for aesthetic purposes. Running what appears to be blended up Smurf through their veins actually serves an important purpose. And to learn what that is, we gotta talk about your blood.
What?
You see, your circulatory system is based on iron. Iron is used to produce hemoglobin, which in turn carry oxygen around the body, allowing for you to, exist. And when iron is exposed
back.
to oxygen, it oxidizes and goes red, which is why when you get shanked, sprays out tomato sauce.
Oh, I hate that.
Fun part, the cast of SpongeBob don't run on iron. Their circulatory system is based on copper. So rather than hemoglobin, the copper creates hemomyosin to cart the oxygen around. And as anyone who's ever seen the Statue of Liberty can attest, when copper oxidizes, it turns blue.
Blue.
Now, the reason for them evolving copper is pretty simple. Our blood fucking sucks. See, the inferior hemoglobin is far less efficient
Really?
at finding oxygen than the Chad hemocyanin. And considering all of these
Why do you have such a
boys
big
live
bulge?
or travel through incredibly cold, low oxygen environments, they need to get the most out of every breath they take. They basically switch evolution teams from red to blue because
That's
red
fair.
blood has a skill issue.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about the skill issues because we get oxygen just fine.